this brings us to the use of capital reserve funds. The executive county superintendent informed the district that we could use capital reserve to address the immediate need to replace the social services building and build the space to meet the needs of the district. The use of capital reserve funds has no impact on taxes. It's the responsibility of the district, and quite frankly any entity or household, to set aside funds for capital expenditures that are not part of the operating budget. Capital reserve funds cannot be used for operating expenses. More specifically, capital reserve funds cannot be used to hire additional teachers, counselors, put into the special education program, maintenance staff, trainers, healthcare expenses, nurses, books, or any curricular needs. Capital reserve cannot be used for any of those purposes. Conversely, the $85,000 that we've spent over the last 10 years, $850,000, that can be used to hire teachers, counselors, special education, maintenance staff, trainers, healthcare professionals. That $85,000 can be put back into the operating budget and can be used to hire staff. And just to, it's been a while, so back on the referendum and some of the survey questions, the referendum question that was defeated in 2015 asked voters on which projects they would increase taxes to support. And at the time it was bundled, and there were a number of projects bundled together, and the voters did not support that referendum and voted not to increase taxes to support the projects in that referendum. So based on the defeated referendum, the board spent about 18 months holding meetings, soliciting feedback, putting out surveys to all residents, not just school district parents, but all residents, and asked for feedback on which projects that they would support a tax increase for. So in the survey, next to each question, there was actually a dollar figure, the approximate amount the tax would increase to pay for a particular project or a series of options. And the result of that survey sent a very clear message, and it identified very clearly for the board, I thought, exactly which projects the residents would support a tax increase to pay for. And from the survey, only those items that received 50% or above support moved forward and eventually became part of the referendum that was just recently passed. And every question on the referendum, I think it was broken down into 6 questions. They were individual. You could vote up or down on any question individually, and all of them passed. I feel I only need to point out that Peter's Roofs passed with the highest percentage, but he points it out to us all the time. So the 2 referendums and the survey question only related to projects that would increase taxes. The use of capital funds does not increase taxes. So the passing of the with the passing of the 2016 referendum, we were able to address the most critical infrastructure needs of the district. The auditorium at the high school, the auditorium at the middle school, the limited classroom space at the elementary level, the STEAM or STEM classrooms, and the new labs that are going to be built at the middle school level, the roofs on several buildings, and the Cougar Field Complex improvements, which will include parking, configuration, bleachers, new fencing, a new concession stand. Again, the use of capital reserve will not impact the taxes at all. And the unfortunate condition of the special services building and the limited space available to the district and the township building being at full capacity, it has forced the district to look at more long-term solutions. And again, the